Yangena building in. What's up, YouTube? I am here and I am here to stay, man. Newcomer in the building, newcomer in the house, ndiyinqonqo kule game, but ndidlala ngathi kudala ndidlala kudini. Do not play with me. For those of you who are coming in asking, yo, who the hell is this guy coming up in here acting like he owns this place? I am iDyani. That's why Ingenile building in, because ndim iDyani. Those who know. I am 29 years old from the good old Eastern Cape, based in Gqeberha, formerly known as Port Elizabeth in South Africa. I am a graphic designer / artist, and I will leave my details in the description box below. I hope I can edit them. I haven't done all my homework yet. I'm still finding my way, building the plane as I go, guys. You know what I mean? So if I have a few dips in altitude and I experience a bit of turbulence, please be understanding to me. Ndiyazifikela apha. I am a newcomer. I am not here to act like I know what is going on, okay? But I will learn and I will get better. That's why we're starting this whole thing. You know what I mean? And I think that's a very important note to start on, because going into my 30s is going to be a whole new experience. For one, because I have never been 30 before. It's a very new thing to me. It's a very novel thing. And that's very ironic during the times that we're in. Novel. And so, yeah, the one thing I can say, though, is that I am terrified. Like, I am scared shitless. You know what I mean? Because I had goals when I was 18, 19 years old that I was supposed to have achieved by 25, 26, you know, and I didn't get to those. I didn't even fall short. I just didn't move in that way because it wasn't the time to do it. And there were times where I beat myself up about it and was like, yo, dude, you failed, bro. You could have done so much. What did you do with your time? I've actually even had a few episodes this year where I thought about what exactly it is I've done with my life. And I've done a lot with my life, you know. I've been up, I've been up in terms of, you know, energy and all sorts of things, and I've been down in terms of energy and all sorts of things. I've broken down, I've broken up, you know. It's just been a whole roller coaster journey type of thing. And it happens. Life happens. I didn't know it was going to happen, just like I don't know what's going to happen in the period that's coming now. I just have to live the damn life. That's it. I just have to live, learn, have plans, obviously, and just move towards them. And if they don't work out, I need to drop the whole thing of I am a failure for not having reached the goals that I reached. You know what I mean? That's been part of my journey in life, is that I've failed a few times, and it's hurt all of those times. And in having failed, I've actually realized that I need to look to other people who have failed, and that involves even dudes who are younger than me or ladies who are younger than me who have been able to try out very different things and come out on top just because they've been persistent and persevered. That doesn't take a very special person. I think if anything, I was arrogant in that I thought I was special, that I need to get things right the first time around. And there's very few people who get to reach certain heights in this life the first time they try things, you know. And I'm humble to the fact that I have a lot to learn still, you know. I'm still young. I have a lot to learn from the older people, but I also have a lot to learn from younger people as well. I have a lot to put together as sort of like this jigsaw puzzle that builds who it is that I am. And I am, in as much as I'm terrified by everything that could possibly not go right in my 30s, it's exciting because I get to become someone who is going to be better from those situations, you know? And that brings me a certain level of calm. You know what I mean? I am calm when I think of things like that. I'll probably panic in the situation, but then outside of it, having to look down on yourself from like a bird's eye view, you get to see that, hey, hold on, man, like actually there's still loads of time. Life will only be short if we make a series of bad decisions. And I think that I'll make a lot of them that will make my life feel like it's short. But in the same vein, I have enough people by my side or in my corner who will remind me just how much time there is to do better, you know? And so I say that to say there's a lot that we're going to do together, you and I. There's a lot of back and forths that we're going to have. I happen to be one of those people who are very difficult to agree with on anything and very difficult to disagree with on anything. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things. But I have respect for a whole bunch of opinions and thoughts and things like that. That doesn't mean that I open myself to all sorts of things just because of that. There are things that I can just like not go along with. You know what I mean? And that's just to protect myself. I think it's important to draw some lines. And that's something that I learned very late. But I've learned it nonetheless. And the line that I will draw is like, let's not be disrespectful down in the comments just because I said something that might offend someone. You know what I mean? Just let's assume that the intention is not to offend or hurt anyone, but to try and talk about a whole bunch of different things and to learn from each other. I learned a few years ago that it's important to make the assumption that someone knows something that you don't and that you can learn something from that individual. And I've tried by all means to carry myself in that regard. And so far so good. Yeah, so far so good. So yeah, I think that's why I'm going to wrap the video up for now. That's the first episode, guys. For those who've been following me on Instagram TV, thank you so much. There's a lot that I learned from there. There's a lot of things that is going to happen moving forward from here. I have another mic in the other room that I'm going to use. So there will be other people coming onto the platform to talk to, just concerning a whole bunch of different things. I will see what I'm comfortable talking about and what I'm not comfortable talking about. I'm not in the position where we can just discuss everything, right? Because my mother watches this stuff these days, apparently. And by virtue of that, my father probably also watches it. So I still need to be careful. I'm an adult, yes, and they understand. But gee, guys, sometimes we have to, you can't just put everything out there. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. Mandinishi.